Oh, right. So we will be picking up this scene for Voyager where the last one left off, with Astra in the midst of a brief conversation with the warder, having given her something of a better idea of what all she has perpetrated out on the Protectorate, and been reassured that, oh, don't worry, the lesson will be learned. There has been some inquiry as to both packmates' health, and in the final statement of the previous scene, it was said that Dide is perhaps shaken or affected, but certainly not weak. At which point, Borgild does turn a bit of a glance, brow knitting, and she takes a thoughtful sip from her horn cup before idly setting it in front of her, hand still wrapped around it. And why would you choose those words?
Because it's the truth. Because I know it's what's on her mind.
This is more of a, again, more of that just thoughtful stare, eyes narrowing in the slightest. And why do you feel the need to defend your packmate from the idea of being weak?
She's my packmate.
And she kind
We're
of
not
picks.
weak.
Oh, go ahead.
We're not weak people. We're not weak people. And the more I convince her that she's not weak, and the more I defend her, the more she starts to believe it and starts to become unclouded again.
The cup idly travels up to just kind of rest idly in front of her lips. And who has given you the idea that she is thought of as weak? Or does she think it herself?
Lick her lips. When we came back, she was worried about the stairs. She didn't say as much. And again, nothing happened. She merely got a fright, but the fact that she had to hold herself and realize the situation she was in. Fear can make very difficult things of us. Dite is not accustomed to that. And she thinks herself weak because she could not master it. When it's the opposite. She held her own and she did something which is incredibly difficult. Still fought and did her duty, even if she was terrified.
She sits back a bit, finally letting the cup sit on the table, turning a glance. I think that weakness is far simpler than the two of you worry it is. Did you succeed?
We did.
Would you succeed again?
Yes.
Then you are not weak.
She'll not.
She even breaks eye
It's more
contact with that simple statement, so confident in it that she, doesn't feel the need to impress it with a stare or anything like that.
It is more of something of the mind, Araya. Even if one may succeed, the idea of what could have been taken from her can terrify people.
She kind of makes a chewing motion with her bread. Then go care for your packmate's mind before the words that she puts to herself catch on.
Yes, Raya. Just stand up very plainly, you know?
And she tears off the hunk of, a hunk of the bread, stuffs it in her mouth. Seems pretty much done and content.
Yeah, no, Astra leaves. Astra fucks off, essentially. You know, it's like, okay,
Fucks
I'm going.
right off.
Yeah. Bye.
No
They should
boy.
walk out. Content with having stood up for Ditties. And she'll walk along the steps, see who's noticing or see who's watching. You know,
For
keeping a
sure.
weather eye, you know, kind of hover like, ooh, you know.
Return to the external map. Such a glorious place.
Yes.
And yeah, as you wander, it is very much business as usual. As we've said prior, it is still fairly early morning. Oh, excuse me. Most of what you see is that same hustle and bustle, people getting to where they need to be, hurrying in for their meals, just doing what needs doing. There is not much time wasted at this particular point in the day on chatter. The few that you see kind of, mumbling amongst themselves as they walk, no one's casting you any especially strange looks. Actually, roll me a P&E, like just a general consensus P&E.
Sure.
Well, at
Oh,
least you don't
failed.
botch, which would have been hilarious. Well, I mean, you're not. In fact, with a fail, you're not necessarily reading anything. It's not positive. It's not refreshingly normal. It's not negative. It's just like things are turning on as though nothing happened.
Astra will nod to herself and just keep walking slowly, you know, probably passing along by where Arnon and Maya actually live, you know, on her way to check around.
You do just that. Well, let's see. Oh, for convenience's sake, don't say that you I don't know what Arn would get up to besides potentially sleeping in given half the opportunity, though. Knowing the elders, it's very possible he was shaken out of bed early to go on a patrol. So Maya is, we'll say, sat out front, and rather than being at the range and doing her work on that, is, of all things, awkwardly trying to fletch arrows, which is, let's just say, not her preferred skill set. But she sat there and just kind of dutifully bent to it.
She sees her fletching arrow and she's like internally like, oh yeah, no, you didn't listen. It's fine. It's fine. Fine. She kind of will walk up very like, you know, fuck it, I'm getting this out of the way. Aaron, my brother is the greater concern than you cunt. You know what I mean? Type of walk.
Got that business walk.
Yep.
All right, you business walk up to your brother's kinfolk. She turns a glance up when she realizes that she's being approached in general. Sees who it is, offers a vague nod. Astra?
Is Aaron here?
No, he's out on patrol.
Kind of licks the roof of her teeth with her tongue. I see.
And she has almost immediately bent her eyes down to the work because she is not so proficient in this that she can kind of half pay attention to what she's doing. And she is
Well,
she's not doing the prettiest job, but A for effort.
um, if he does come back, tell him I'm looking for him.
Of course.
It's important.
There's a flick upwards of a glance, kind of measure the expression.
It's, yeah, I mean, she's known Astra. Astra's a stern woman. But you can tell Astra's kind of very serious about it. It is important.
There's a more sincere nod after a glance up. The moment I see him,
You haven't seen Ditties around, right?
she finally kind of pauses what she's doing, um, looking vaguely annoyed as she's rubbing kind of tacky fingers on her leggings. Not the best way to keep them unstained, but the kind of primitive glues and whatnot that she's using to try to hold the fletchings so that she can bind them is, well, all over her hand. No, no, actually. She kind of finally picks up her head, glancing around properly, scanning in a way that kind of suggests that she probably hasn't taken a good scan of the area in a hot second. She's taking note of who's standing where, who's going where.
Astra kind of like plays with her hands and like looking around like,
Slow glance.
just concerned, that's all.
And finally, just a light shrug. It's fair enough for Astra to be concerned about her packmate. I'm afraid I have not seen her.
Has everyone been quiet about yesterday?
There's kind of a knit of the brow, like, what?
Has there been anything said apart from waiting to hear of the tale?
Well, it has hardly been quiet, but it has not been bad.
It's not.
There was a good bit brought back.
Yeah. I know.
There are many curious ears.
Trying to make sure that so many things that come out are the right things.
Is there something I should know?
Nothing serious. It's more of to look around. Like she's fucking like Miles sees Astra watches a fucking hawk. You know what I mean?
Feel like she turns the glare around, finally fixates it on someone she has decided is standing too close until they feel the stare boring into their skull and decide maybe they don't want to be here anymore. They'll just go over there.
Pretty much, yeah. What happened? There was some close calls, but nothing happened. Merely, I'm concerned in the after effect.
Finally gives a shrug. Normally, with the burdens of the heart and mind, one seeks out a Theurge. I do not know who the Theurge seeks.
That's what I'm afraid of.
She cants a glance over, head tilting faintly. Perhaps they seek a galliard.
We shall see. Although she asked me not to say some things to her uncle about what had happened. So he wouldn't ask too much.
The brow knits afresh.
It'd be better if you go walk inside.
She proceeds to just very Oh, well, clearly I need to go inside. To kind of goes ahead and eases herself up, sets aside her work, and again, kind of brushing off her hands, trying to even grind off a bit of the tacky, well, essentially glue on the hem of her sleeve. Will stand up and just turn about and go to wisp back into the uh the home, holding open the door.
The death stare woman walks in.
The death stare. And Maya just ever so casually eases the door shut, comes in, invites Astrid to take a seat before taking one herself. But when she finally does sit, is affixing her with something of an expectant look.
We had to do a mission for the warder. There's some bandits terrorizing kinfolk, petty theft, demanding tribute, and we did a ruse to infiltrate. The ruse required us to be a bit more vulnerable than we would have liked. We're many hands. No violation or anything. But personal space was not something. And while I was busy tearing out the leader's throat, I had been given to the leader as the tribute Dite was given to the camp. Now nothing happened. But let's just say comfort levels were pushed to their most maximum point. They're all dead. But I'm worried that Dite is still hurt by what happened.
And Maya does pull a bit of a face, but looks kind of down into the side and kind of mutters idly, just, I should hate to be the first kinfolk who touches without asking.
That is what I'm afraid of. I don't want a kinfolk hurt either. Even if it might be accidental.
Well, here's hoping that her suitors are smart enough to ask.
I've been having Cole keep an eye on her.
She kind
At a
of
distance, of course, so.
just tucks her hair back behind an ear. There's no real telling whether she will react with anger or withdrawing. Any number of things. It is not so uncommon.
Astra just bites her, plays with her fingers.
There's a glance, and there's kind of an up and down, thoughtful glance. Stay close so that she does not feel outnumbered. Perhaps. And does not
Yeah.
feel alone. And she will be less likely to lash out, whether it is in anger or panic.
She'll just nod. It's my idea to do that.
I imagine it was very effective.
It was.
Men are not so easy to fool. Or not so hard to fool.
Wasn't anything to do with that they were men. An animal knows what an animal wants.
There's kind of a shrug, as the two are kind of synonymous to her. If they hadn't been men, it probably wouldn't have been nearly as effective, after all.
I just feel responsible.
Then be responsible for ensuring that it doesn't leave a mark.
She just nod very tightly, like, yep. I will.
She sits back and finally, if anything, looks a little more relaxed, a little more comfortable, as she just idly says, "If I hear anything unfavorable, I will be more than happy to apply my knuckles to the situation." And she just, this so sweet smile. Like, thank you.
My brother,
I appreciate the excuse, essentially.
my brother is going to hear.
You will.
It's
Would you rather he hear it from you?
very. She kind of just rubs her face. I don't know how he's going to react.
Would you like me to
Well, I
tell him?
know. I need you to keep him calm till he finds me.
Then perhaps I shall not. And she'll simply keep him distracted until you have a chance to talk.
She'll just nod. I don't want him losing his temper. Frightening Ditties not out of malice.
No, we wouldn't want that.
And I don't want him to worry.
That you will be hard pressed to accomplish. At least once he has learned.
We're twins. You'll know when I'm alright.
But will he know when you're there, just alright?
Cross that bridge when we come to it. Just stands up abruptly. Trying to be essentially like, I am business. I am not opening up to you because fuck you. Do you know what I mean? Type,
Just a kind of a nod of, okay. Essentially fine. You want to be that way? Nod.
She kind of just will nod very stiffly. It's like, no. Won't open up to you because we're not going to be friends. That type of thing.
She will let you get up. She'll even let you get like all the way to the door. And as she's, tidying, a bit of her clothing, just, tiny, putting it just so, we'll slightly louder say, "Should he worry whether you are all right?"
Stops at the door and looks over.
Man, she is so busy with her clothes right now. This isn't personal.
Why is that a concern of yours?
Well, regardless of how you may feel on the matter, we are, like it or not, family. Turns a glance. See what kind of reaction that gets, if any.
Ice cold stare. Do you know what I mean?
Maya is not one easily shaken by the stare, thankfully. So she just kind of glances over and it's the hate, and she's just like, "Oh, okay, that look. Awesome." And gets up and just goes about kind of beginning idle tidying motions.
Told you, nothing happened.
To say that a certain line was not crossed is not to say that nothing happened. Fluffs pillow.
It's fine.
Is it?
There is tenseness when she says that.
don't know, just a glance back over her shoulder. You know, that half glance where it's not a full, eye contact look, just the peripheral glance.
It's fine. Besides, he paid for what he tried to do with his life.
Well, that is certainly worth something.
Wired his own throat with my teeth.
Another casual, like that over the shoulder glance. Was it enough?
Enough.
She starts to kind of turn about, making for more proper, face to face contact. Was it enough?
Enough for what?
To make up for what he did.
Considering I stuck his head on a spike.
I didn't ask what you
It will
did.
do.
I asked, was it enough?
Fists kind of bowl a bit. She's kind of clearly making an attempt of like, I am getting angry. You are there. This is not a good idea. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a F you, fuck off, Maya. It's like, okay, I am being aware of where I am, so I'm trying to take steps back. You know what I mean? It's that I'm a guru and I should not be getting angry, you know?
Yep. You are just at the door. Maya has not closed the distance between you at all. She has just turned to face you properly, if only perhaps even just to make sure that she could see signs such as that. I assume there is a resounding silence in answer.
Oh yeah.
And she, gives you a moment or two, kind of looking. And when you don't offer an answer, when you hold to the silence, when you keep the knuckles clenched, she just casually turns back around, not dismissively, just as if, oh yeah, I was doing this. Starts tugging up the furs, making up the bed. Basically gives you the excuse to slip out.
Oh yeah, she does. Just gone.
You escape!
Walks down the road angrily, going to look for Ditties.
Ditties.
Tiggle Bitty.
Oh my god. Don't have tiggle bitties.
Looking for the biddies for the ditties.
God damn it. Are you doing anything? Like, where are you looking? What are you doing?
Start off the usual rendezvous point of where she usually is. That stream thing that she usually goes to.
The spring?
Starting off there. Yeah, starting off with familiarity.
Alright. So what you will find at the spring is not the ditties. But you will find settled there, seeming overall about as well as still as he ever seems, is this familiar face. He has taken up a stick and, maybe out of boredom, has pulled out his boot knife and is just kind of idly sharpening the end.
She'll see him and kind of quicken her pace a bit, and she'll be like, Cole.
He will promptly drop the stick, sheath the knife and rouse up politely as you approach, giving a bow of the head and shoulders.
What are you doing out here?
I don't believe that your packmate appreciated my company.
Oh, no. She saw you, didn't she?
She did. I assume. Kind of glances around the area.
She kind of rubs the back of her head.
Unless she makes a habit of disappearing here.
I know where she's gone. It's alright, Cole. I'm not mad. You did what I asked.
I thought at the very least I would wait and see if she came back.
She just nods like, no. You did the right thing. You did fine. Go find where your brother is, and hopefully he hasn't beaten anyone half to death.
It's kind of a thoughtful frown of man. I bet he did beat someone half to death. But you will in fact notice for lulls. There are this is not the first stick with a pointed end sitting on the ground by any means. There's just like a kind of a handful of like their shavings scattered around.
She just pats him on the shoulder, very your buddy.
Oh man. As you like.
I'll once Cole grumbles, I'll take the time to step over to the Umbra.
The Umbra.
Yes.
The Umbra. And wouldn't you fucking know? You step over.
She like right in front of me, like, duh.
No. You step over, and she has actually gotten up where the spring does come out of the earth. It's also in part fed by some trickling, but there's clearly some point where the better part of the water gets under the ground, and this is where it comes out. So she has propped herself up and is sitting where there is a very small trickle of a fall down into the pool, which, again, kind of billows up out of the earth. But she's just perched there. One of her little tokens in her hands. Of course, as you step across, glancing up.
Fully, she'll smile at Diddy. Hi.
Morning.
See you all day. Didn't see you all day.
That was about my rights and duties.
That's good.
We have sang the sun into the sky. Kind of flicks a glance up.
Yes. Your family member was quite pleased.
Or what?
That was her the tail singer.
Her uncle?
Yes.
Okay. Was he?
After all, you roaring around like Great Fenris himself, butchering everything.
That brings a faint smirk to her lips. The glinting golden eyes have fallen to the token, which is not gold, so not worthy of giving. But she's just kind of flitting it over in her fingers. But still, it's that kind of appeased little self-satisfied smile, like Great Fenris himself. He would like that.
He did. I believe he was telling the half of the tale from what I heard.
Then he must have liked it.
Of course. I told you he would.
Good. Well, we've accomplished at least part of what we set out to do.
He accomplished the whole thing.
She finally takes the little, and we'll say it's that bit around her head in the picture. It takes that little pendant and kind of gestures with it idly in Astra's direction. Very kind of insistent little pointy point. But the goal was bigger than one task or one mission, wasn't it?
What do you mean?
You wanted recognition.
It wasn't about that.
The brow kind of quirks.
I didn't tell the tale I did the way just to get some petty recognition. It's because you asked me to tell it.
There's another kind of idle grin. Recognition is not petty.
You know what I mean, did I? I didn't go there seeking glory.
To the tail singer, no. But on our little chore, yes.
Are you angry with me for that?
No. Should I be?
I'm gonna pity the fuck out of that because this has been what's all Nash's mind the entire time. Almost like, haha, Ditties.
Ha ha! Ditties.
One.
You have one whole success. She doesn't seem to be angry with you.
Why should you be angry?
That is what I just asked.
Well, I asked it too.
Well, I guess that neither of us knows. It'll forever be a mystery.
Their brow furrows.
Ellie just kind of drops
Then
the
why
pendant
ask
in
me?
her lap. You asked me first.
It was the tone you used.
I am not angry with you, Astra.
To nod slowly.
I might be a slight bit annoyed about the babysitter, but not mad. Vague smirk, because, that panned out about as well as it could have.
Wasn't meant to overbear on you.
I got tired of the dedicated pair of eyes.
Cole was just as worried as I was.
Hmm.
If anything, he asked.
She kind of flicks a disbelieving glance.
Well, Cole's always taking the shine to you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it your ankles the Skulson brothers cling to?
It is. But he's always taking the shine to you and your braids. The way you smile, apparently.
I think you're just trying to flatter me to make me feel better. She finally starts, tucking the pendant back up around her braids and
would I-
whatnot, grinning.
Why would I flatter you when Cole is telling me these things? In confidence. Don't you appreciate Cole?
There's kind of a head cant. He's yours.
So?
I do eventually have to draw a line somewhere, Astra.
If you do enjoy each other's company, I'm not going to impede.
We are not often in each
Okay.
other's company exclusively.
Perhaps you should try. Cole's a very gentle man. Powerful, but gentle.
I don't disagree with you on that. But He's chosen his Corey.
Spread her hands. He complimented you.
She finally just kind of, in a very brief show of like proper little bit of mirth, just kind of flicks the braids back over her shoulder, like, oh well, whoosh, so fancy.
I'm just saying. Today. Just shrug, you know. Just the either like, oh well, you know, I'm just saying, you know, that type of thing. I am the Galliard. I do hear all the gossip.
No, all of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, he may be mine, and his brother has more of a infatuation with me than he does. He has complimented you. And when you came back, he was deeply concerned.
She's finally affecting a very light tilt of the head.
In fact,
Like she's maybe giving it more of a thought at the moment.
In fact, he insisted that he be the one to watch you to make sure, but wanted to make sure you were safe. Asked me personally.
All right, you're gonna have to eventually roll that sub.
Yeah, I know.
I see your shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna. That's the line. That's the line where you gotta roll it.
Cool with the ditties.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think you've pretty handily got it. And well, she tries to look skeptical because I mean, even if you're speaking the truth, she'd be skeptical. She finally just kind of looks offside. You know, resting back, palms planted behind her.
And he did sit, and he did. He was sitting there waiting for you to come back.
That's all.
Did I not tell you everything you need to know?
Tells me he's patient, at the very least.
Says he's patient and he cares.
She finally sits forward a bit and draws up her legs. Not in a defensive way per se, just kind of almost childishly curls them up, wraps her arms around them. Props her chin on her arms. Not looking for a new conquest just now.
It doesn't have to be a conquest. It can be someone you can just sit and talk to.
That startles a bit of a look out of her. Maybe.
Just some thought. You don't have to see it as a conquest for someone to talk to.
Maybe.
Okay.
And yes, the Ditties is perhaps a little quieter than usual. She's usually more willing to poke fun and get you all worked up. At the moment,
walk
she's
over
just
towards her.
chill.
She'll walk over towards her slowly.
She doesn't show any sign of being displeased by it.
You can't tell me nothing's wrong when you've been this quiet today.
Of course I can. You just won't believe it. She does unfold as you come over.
I don't, though. I don't think I ever will with posture like that.
You never fold yourself up when you're thinking.
I do not like that.
She just pats the spot next to her.
Sits down.
There's a prompt, thump of a shoulder-to-shoulder lean.
That should just loop put her hand on the back of his head. Running the hand through the hair, almost the back of the head.
Yeah, for what it's worth, she doesn't seem at all touch shy. Not any more than she ever is. No, she just stays kind of plunked there, comfortably. I'm fine.
She lifts her chin up so she can look Astra directly in the eye, those big, deep blue eyes that Astra has.
Her death glare eyes.
To say that you're not. They're not, but they're not death glaring this time. They're not like. They're actually quite soft. It's probably the softest. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, and of course, on this side of the gauntlet, her eyes are properly a shimmering gold. There is the faintest bit of scaling, very delicate little scaling, like around the brow, on her knuckles of her fingers, places like that. None of it's very prominent. It's just hints.
She lift Ditties' chin so she looks into Astra's normally ice cold blue eyes, but now they're quite soft. It's alright to say that you're not. Especially here. There's no one here but us two.
As you said, nothing happened.
Doesn't take away from it.
It's hard to be upset at nothing, isn't it?
You can be upset at what? You're still upset. I am.
Are you?
Of course. Feel guilty.
She'll
I
finally
brought you in there.
reach up, tuck a stray strand or two, where, bits are a little short, flick out of the braids. Don't feel guilty for leaving.
Still brought you in there. I still left you alone out there.
And I still chose to walk behind you.
I know, but I still feel guilty and I'm still angry. There's nothing wrong with that.
You couldn't lead if we didn't choose to follow.
I know, Ditties, but I'm still angry. And that's alright. Be angry. You're not weak for being angry.
No. Not weak.
You're not.
No. After all,
But not.
they are dead.
They are. But you want to know the fundamental thing everyone gets about weakness?
Flicks a glance.
Not being able to admit that you are someone and telling yourself you're constantly fine. That's how weakness starts to grow in you. Because a true warrior can face all their emotions and what they are. Even if they sting so badly.
Don't worry. I am not weak. And I am not lying to myself.
But yet you sit here silent.
I do.
And I sit here trying to tell myself not to be guilty.
Is it working?
No. No matter how much hypocrisy put on it. Just smile very gently.
No matter how much what?
Hypocrisy I try to put on it.
There's a faint smirk.
That's just being honest with herself. She's trying. God damn it. Yeah.
Well, don't you worry. As soon as you start showing your feelings, I'll start showing mine. It'll be a great growing and learning experience. The bit of the grin widens because, yeah, hell will freeze over first.
Look over, quite honestly. We're not showing them now.
More than usual, certainly.
I worried about you.
Of course you
Been
do.
worried all day. I even nearly showed my feelings towards that bitch.
Oh, so Maya.
Yes, she'll say, grumbling. Maybe she won't
Grinning.
snarl like that, but she's like, yes.
Ugh.
It was because I was worried about you, and I didn't freak out, and Aaron wasn't there, so I had to talk to her. She's asked me all these questions, which are right in every essence, which makes it even more infuriating.
Oh, you even admitted she was right. We are sharing. It's still grinning.
I said I was worried.
I'll be fine.
Even stuck up for you against the warder as well.
Did I need sticking up for?
No, it's just looks down.
She finally loops an arm up and around her shoulders, leaning in to set, brow to temple. Tugs are in for it.
Just, didn't want anyone saying anything to you.
Well, then stay by me, then they won't dare.
Well, I came looking for you, so they wouldn't.
With a glare like yours in my arsenal, I will go unmolested for all of my days. Faint grin again.
Why can you be so cheery?
Because it's easier.
I don't like things being easy.
You don't like what?
I don't like, she just doesn't like that she's just so fucking blasé about it. She's like, no, it's the opposite of what I wanted. I wanted you to talk to me. It's that type of impression she's getting.
This isn't what I wanted at all.
Yeah. But she's not hiding it, you know? No, I'm displaying softness, but there's nothing wrong with caring for a packmate.
There's not.
And perhaps maybe I was worried, and I've been pacing around all day, like my mother did when Aaron went missing one time.
I haven't quite gone missing. Don't worry.
Well, you were close, so I have been worried all day.
Probably gives, the opposite shoulder a bit of a rub. Just stay close. We'll be
Yes,
fine.
people may laugh at me. People may laugh at me, but God's damn it, I'm concerned, and I have a right to be. I am your beta. I have a right to be. She turned like very, like suddenly, very abruptly, like I have a right to be concerned.
She's just kind of nodding along, like, yeah, you totally, just nodding along. Lets her rant out her little. And I have a right to be concerned. I am your beta, and she's just like, oh yeah, like not even mockingly, just yeah, absolutely. You are the right. At least until she kind of winds out or runs out of words. Another shoulder rub.
Now I'm sitting here trying to tell you how I feel, and you were just jolly and merry, and now I am confused.
Ah. Kind of leans forward, to get a look around, like properly look her in the face.
Looks at her.
Sometimes it is easier to laugh about anything else than to think about the thing that bothers you.
I'm not very good at that.
You're not. But I still like you. Once you have a thing in your teeth, you don't let it go. And that is who you are. I would hardly have you any other way.
Even asked Maya to keep my brother calm so I could talk to him before he bull rushed you with his worry.
No, thank the gods. Think she'll listen?
She better. Because I will have words if not. They will be stern. I don't care if she's pregnant.
I don't think words will harm the child.
No, but they're going to harm the mother for what I'll say.
I don't think hard feelings will hurt the child either. Especially not so early.
Scrunches up her face.
Pat pat.
Good.
Like I said.
Oh, we're family, yes. She says that. Like she could hear it through the back link.
The little head shake of, oh my god. This is what I meant. It's in your teeth and you're never letting go. Like I said, just stay close for a little while.
I'll be here. You can stay over at mine if you like.
I do like.
My mother will fuss over you anyway.
And that's fine.
Just be prepared for that. It's the two of us fussing over you.
Whatever shall I do with so much attention?
I'll call around.
No.
Would you like me to tell your
suitors
to leave you? You like me to tell your suitors to leave you alone for a few days?
For what it's worth, as she said, I've got what I need. She does like, instead of hooking the arm all the way around Astra, just kind of loops it up under hers, loops her arm in. They won't find me if I don't want to be found. There's no need to raise a fuss.
I won't be raising a fuss. Me? Like,
me, the very thought. Just, you get that look. The are you serious right now look? Like, I love you, but are you serious right now?
I'll remind them to leave you alone. No harm, no fuss, no foul.
But Calf be helping.
No.
No. Not even a little.
Nope, I will handle it myself.
I don't need you chasing away my suitors. I'll be fine. You can chase them away if they're bold enough to walk into your home.
Oh, if I walk into my home, I will... Oh, that's a different story.
Mm-hmm. So unless you think that your serving boy is going to take as much of a liking to me as he does to you, I think I'll be quite fine.
Stare. You know what I mean?
There we go. We reset her to stupid. She looks pretty content. Little smile.
Besides, I don't know if you're into their serving women, so... There's an eyebrow raise?
She said you're basically, I don't know if you're into women, essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just kind of, no.
Me neither.
Too much effort and not enough of the right equipment. Pat, pat.
I just didn't feel anything.
No. No, I don't
There's
really
like
either.
a slight grin on her face. She's just sitting there.
I mean, she has no idea what you're on about, really, so...
Didn't feel a single thing.
Well, there you have it. Gives her another
Just
back pat. All about the dick.
Just looks right over into fucking Ditties' face with this like smile.
Dide is still oblivious and probably assumes you're referring to, what was her name? Emir? So, just like, pat. That's okay. Nothing wrong with being all about the dick.
What did she say there?
She straight up said, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being all about the dick. Just put it out there. Mostly because she figured it would make Astra incredibly uncomfortable.
It does.
And Astra's adorable when she doesn't know what the fuck to do with her hands.
Astra just nods like awkwardly, like, yes, I'm sure it is lovely. Do you know what I mean?
That is exactly what she wanted. She is contented.
Mom, we should cross over. I have a secret to tell you and I don't want to tell it here.
You have a secret to tell me and you don't want to tell me in a place where no one can hear it.
Spears can hear it.
Fair. And she will promptly, just kind of with a weird yoink, like bloop, pull you
We
across.
both go across. Yeah. So when they're sitting by the pool, she'll whisper into Dide's ear, I kissed you when you were asleep. I didn't feel anything.
It is her turn to fish face. Kind of turn and look like, what?
The other night, when you were asleep, I kissed you to see would I actually feel anything.
There's more puzzled blinking.
I didn't. Just pats her on the shoulder as if they're there. You know?
There's a bit of a squint.
What?
I'm trying to remember if she told Dide what she did. I can remember, like, so I can devise the reaction. Did she tell her about kissing Jacob?
Yes.
There's the, like, there. There's the slow lean in. Those gold glints fire off. Not as much as you felt with the serving boy.
Did I say that bit again? You kind of broke up for me there.
Not as much as you felt with that
I missed
serving
the
boy,
bit about-
huh? Did you hear me
Sorry, say it again. You know you're breaking up for me.
I think you're the one breaking up. Blaming you for all of my woes.
Okay, try it now, Katie.
Oh, okay. Am I people? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Good. So yeah, she just does that. You give her that there pat, and she just slowly leans in. The eyes narrow just enough to make the gold glint. She goes, "Not as much as you felt with that serving boy, huh?"
Just lean in. No. I just wanted to see were the hips the right thing that I would like. Or not.
The hips.
She pats Ditties' thigh.
I'll have you know my hips are fabulous. All the kinfolk say so. Turns her chin up.
I wanted to test it. She just starts to turn to walk.
Ziri will hop up to follow. Alas, my lure seems to work primarily on just one gender. Oh,
Well,
somehow I'll get along.
Turn to look over. Just don't tell Aaron. He'll,
Why would I tell your brother?
because you're a gossip.
I'm a gossip. You're the Galliard.
Yes. Loops her arms around Ditties. But you're far more of a gossip than I am.
I can't help it if everyone wants to come up and tell me this new thing they heard to try to get my attention. That is entirely outside of my control.
Well, I'm not like that.
No, if you chase the crowd away enough times, they stop coming back. Grinning.
I don't chase the crowd. I do not chase the crowd away.
I'm pretty sure you threw a rock at one of the boys once.
That is because he got too close and I told him not to. And I warned him.
But that doesn't
was looking at
categorize
me.
as chasing?
He looked at me funny.
Looked at you like most of them look at us.
He looked at me funny, so I gave him a warning.
Is it any funnier than the way that boy looks at you? Grinning.
Well, different.
I don't know. I guess you just like it when he does it better.
It's different, so there.
Oh.
There.
Oh, very well.
So Cole looks like you the exact same way. So pats on the shoulder.
Funny, I've never caught it.
Cole looks at you the exact same way, so pat.
Yeah, that's what she's like. Funny, I've never caught him doing it.
I mean, sometimes you don't see true love until you just look in the right direction.
True love. The world makes you think I'm looking for true love.
Well, he seems to have struck gold. His dragon, as he calls you. She'll start smirking.
His what?
His dragon.
There is the most sus side eye taking place.
Beautiful and powerful and it moved me.
Are you sure he's not talking about you and pretending otherwise so you'll actually listen?
No. You want to know how I know? She'll lean in.
Now you're the one breaking up.
I'm more muscular than you.
Well, you did say powerful. Eyebrow waggle.
powerful and buxom.
Just because I have you beaten in that department doesn't mean he's not describing you. I'm pretty sure anything
just
big
saying.
enough for them to grab a hold of counts.
Just saying. Did I?
Gotta wrinkles her nose after that line leaves her mouth like, oh, I didn't like that.
He is crazy for you and your ever many bits.
My what?
Mm-hmm. Keeps walking, smirking.
You're so full of shit.
If you don't, yeah. Hey, why would I lie to you? I think you two would be adorable.
If I ever want to have a child with a strangely sideswept beard, I'll keep it in mind.
Hey, don't mock Cole. He's a good man.
Oh, are you feeling defensive? Little side glance.
Friend of mine, and I promised him that I would talk to you.
He is barking up the wrong tree. He has already claimed and he has already expressed what he wants. In fact, he and Calf both express it very loudly and violently, usually, like leaning over, looking to see if the two of them are fist fighting somewhere, as inevitably tends to happen.
Just saying. He asked me to talk to you.
You roll that shit. You've been lying too long. You gotta roll again.
Roll again. You know what?
Do
because
it.
I'm scheming, matchmaking, I'll spend the fucking willpower. Fuck it. I'll lie to my ditties. That's
One I can actually
4.
roll against.
It's 4.
That's a 4.
Willpower. I told you I spent willpower.
Damn it. Nope. Just looking skeptical.
I'm telling you. I think you finally struck gold.
You know what I do with gold, Astra?
Not like that. Do you want to know the thing he would like to do to you?
Has he told you in gruesome detail?
Yes, actually.
No.
He wanted to take you out by the stream and read poetry. Stories.
A bit of a squint.
He said, of course, mating is, of course, natural. But he would like to actually,
Poetry.
Yeah, of course. Skalds tell many different stories. She'll look over.
From Cole.
He's been reading.
I didn't know either the Skolson brothers could read.
He's the intelligent. He's Cal. Ancient tree.
He broke up again.
Cole is more of an ancient tree type of person. Big.
Just kind of the idle head shake. She's looped the arm back through yours again. Seeming to take reasonable comfort in it.
But he was more interested in actually discovering you as a person and why you put so many braids in your hair.
Side squint.
He thinks they're quite beautiful.
Astra. I know normally talking about men is most of what I do. But perhaps for a little bit. We don't.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Not mad at you.
New to this whole matchmaking thing.
Why are you trying to matchmake me with Cole Skolson?
I just was excited. She could smile.
Gets her nose like kind of lightly booped. Don't you worry. I find all the matches I want when I want them.
I know, it's just I was all excited and sorry.
I'm sure somehow I will survive.
Alright, well, I gotta go check on the Golsons, so I'll meet you inside.
She will wander into your family abode, even though it's midday, because she fucking can.
And she's gonna walk right up to Cole, like pulling him aside.
Luckily, Cole was hopefully nearby. I mean, he was gonna see what his brother was up to and come back and report. Now, oh, he's being pulled aside. Oh my. Oh dear. He's tugged off by an arm.
Cole?
And like, physical contact. Oh my.
Wonderful news. She walls off the back leg.
He looks hopeful.
Ditties, my packmate. She's expressed an extreme gratitude for your services.
Just start by rolling it. Just do it. I see your shit. Just start with the roll before we get going. You dick. Fuck your pure breed.
Yeah, I gotta roll.
For the love of fuck. Okay. Looks confused.
She complimented how powerful you were and strong and wise.
Oh. Awkward stare.
She said there was no finer kin. She said there was no finer kin that she's ever met for such calmness and grace, like Thor himself. Tell it. I would be calmer. Astra would not waver in that. As if Thor himself had rode in and graced her with it.
Another very awkward. Oh. Stare.
Is there something wrong, Cole?
No, Lady Astra, no.
Is Ditties not a fine woman?
Of course she is.
Nods. But Cole, you cannot merely chase her like some rabid dog. You know, you must.
Awkward stare intensifies. Like, oh god. Like, it's one of those, like, he almost backpedals from the sheer force of, oh god.
If you are willing to encourage this lovely thing that Ditties hinted at, you must show her that you are not only a poet, a wise man who can respect her. You do that, can't you, Cole?
I could stare. So much stare. What is
I would be
life?
Cole, I would be so happy if you could make my packmate happy. I think you two are blossoming. And the fact that both of you need each other just as much as you don't realize, I think I would be over the moon, Cole. Even just as a friend for now.
Give me a perception empathy.
What am I doing?
You're giving me a perception empathy.
Oh, Cole.
You both speak in stares. Perhaps you can translate it. Oh, why are you stomping on his poor little heart?
Gonna make it. I have applied, Katie. Charisma, empathy, plus pure breed.
Charisma empathy?
What I'm about to do.
What are you doing? Because it might be expression. I'm watching you.
She'll lean over and start breaking his face, but then touch his face and thumb it with her cheek. Cole, you are a wonderful man. Gentle, kind. And I do not deserve a man like you. I am cold and harsh. My packmate, just like you are, would be the wife that you needed. Would treat you far better than I could ever could. Waste your time on someone like me. Pick someone who actually will be able to give you a proper, good wife.
Well, he's still staring.
Do you want me to roll it, Katie?
I mean, he looks like he's about to go into shock. Grats.
What do you want me to roll then, Katie butt?
To convey a certain amount of sincerity in essentially rejecting a lifetime of pursuit.
Yep.
Expression.
That's the same dice pool anyway.
Oh, manipulation
I get
expression.
3. Get 3.
Oh, Lord. You're very lucky. Yeah, he still just looks very shocked, albeit it's still just staring. And with all that, Fenley gives a very quiet nod and turns to go.
Should look at him. I'm sorry, Cole.
Just kind of does that little hand lift and wave, the yeah, don't worry about it kind of thing. Just keeps going.
Oh no, oh fuck. She's like, fuck. To kind of walk after him's Cole.
With more insistence, he pauses, kind of canting his head around.
I didn't mean to hurt you. Just thought you want me to be honest with you. I don't want you to think I'm trading you off for second best, when I'm the one who is second best.
Do not worry about it, Lady Astra. Starts to turn and move again.
Good pee neither, because oh, now she feels really bad. She was like, but, no, no.
No!
Oh.
You're not necessarily convinced. You just won't get the depths of it. He says, "Don't worry about it." Of course he does. He's a kinfolk.
Cole, you know I'm going to.
And he pauses again, still facing forward. But I am not the husband you want.
You're not the husband I deserve.
Turns a glance. Those are not the same.
Yes, they are.
And I'm sorry for troubling you, Lady Astra. And starts
Cool.
walking again.
She's like, starts to rub her face. She's like, Cole, when have you troubled me? She's like walking after him, like, oh my god, man. Do you know what I mean? Cole, please.
He will stop up short if you like go to get around in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is not going to tromp into you. Kind of cants his head the slightest bit. I do not understand why you are upset.
Because I don't want to hurt your feelings. I just thought you deserved someone better than me.
There is no one better than you.
Today's better than me.
Not through my eyes.
Rubs the back of her head like, oh, fuck. Do you know what I mean? Well, I see. And I have made a great mess of things. I seem to be doing that a lot lately.
Hold on a second. Like trying to tap into the leaf wisdom here because the same face claim I can't not.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's the thing. Not Leaf. I mean, he could be Leaf.
His great grand leaf.
I mean,
Don't fucking know.
for all I know, Cole has turned out to be the magical sage that we never. For all I fucking know, Katie.
You do keep saying he's so wise. I still haven't decided whether or not he can actually read or you're completely full of shit.
I mean, I would crack up if Cole turned out to be this hyper intelligent, deep man. I'd fucking die.
And you say, I keep the, I do that a lot lately, and he just kind of turns a glance, looks at you very sincerely. Learning to lead is difficult, Lady Astra.
It is.
And he lifts up a hand.
No.
Just holding it up to see if you'll give him yours. He's not going to take your hand.
She does, kind of slowly.
And he brings around the other, clasping it briefly. It's a meaningful little gesture. Brings it up, brushes his lip on the knuckles. You may still call me if you need me, Lady Astra. But there is no better woman. And none I would rather have.
Not gonna lie, that actually makes her blush.
Aha.
Um, all right.
Would you like me
Not
to stay?
mad at me then?
Of course not, Lady Astra.
Just Astra's fine.
You were merely doing what you thought was wise. I'm sure.
Yes. That it was not, but thank you for having the humility to bear with my bumbling.
I will bear with anything you put upon me. If it helps to prove my sincerity.
What of your brother then?
There's just kind of a pause. What of him?
Well, if I mean that much to you, and does he feel the same way towards me?
Well, of course.
Does he truly?
There's kind of a thoughtful little frown. Enough to punch me to prove it.
We shall see then, Cole. I don't want you to be in love with the idea of me. I want you to actually fall for me.
We have been ardent followers for a long time, Master. Do you think we do not know you? At least so much as any kinfolk can know you.
Well, I expect you to know me more then. Hands on her hips.
Kind of lifts the hands like, oh, well.
After making a gesture like that, yes, definitely. I've raised your standards.
Far be it from me to refuse you. Another, nod, you know what? I'm okay with this. I would be more than happy to know you better.
Nods very firmly, like, yes. Now, good. Made me blush, so... Duh. I don't like choosing between you two. But if you are that bold in your action, then you may try to know me more.
Finally smiles. I should very much like that.
I will go and tell Tite. I'm sure she will be heartbroken. Yes. We'll start to awkwardly walk off.
Lets you escape. Still having a faint
face
smile.
She kind of walks off with the most genuine, confused, wow. She kind of will even walk into Ditties and she'll just have this most like her cheeks will be flushed and she just has the most confused looking face.
You proceed to walk head first into the Ditties. The Ditties look around to see what in the world you're doing.
This guy just sits down on the bed, like with just like mass confusion written, like appears above her forehead, like.
Are you well?
Yes. Appears I have now two men who have made me blush that way.
She kind of gives a hand wave. Oh, don't worry, there will be more.
Yeah. Cole kissed my hand and just kind of look over.
And this
That was
surprises you?
that was romance. This was not staring. Like they read out the stories.
Astra, the Skolson brothers have been fighting over you for literal years.
There is a difference between fighting and there's no point.
They were going to have to learn to up their game sooner or later.
There's a difference. He even used you as a ruse.
He even knew what?
I think he used his attraction to you to make me jealous. Or attempt to, at least.
I don't even see the reason for this lie. She's just caught in a web of lies.
Lies. Exactly. You can't back out now, Katie.
This is a skeptical look. What?
Back out now. Yeah, apparently he used that, saying that he was attracted to you to make me jealous.
And it worked? She seems more puzzled by that even at this point.
Just astral nod. Did.
Goes sits back with that little thoughtful frown. Just clever boy.
Dasher just looked like, yeah, I know. The most convoluted lie.
Just shakes her head.
So committed. See what I mean?
Well, that's an interesting tactic to take.
It worked.
That's the most interesting part, really. Kind of looking over at Astro like, goodness.
What? You can always get all the attention.
It's because I invite it.
Still get all the attention. Look over.
No. She finally comes over and sits next to you. Stretches an arm around the shoulders to give her a bit of a squeeze briefly. You could have as much attention as you liked. You set your mind to getting it.
Well, now I have attention and I'm confused. Because now I have Cole, who has done that. And look over to where the servant boy is working.
Like, does the slow lean to look out the window? Yeah, he's like, as you tilt around to where you can see that part of the the property. There he is doing his shit.
Could look back over at Diddy. I have two of them.
Oh, just wait till Calf hears.
Calf is not capable of that kind of romance.
I feel as though he will certainly try something drastic to make up the difference.
I blame you.
Do you?
Yes.
Doesn't seem very fair.
It's not. I'm just blaming you because I can.
Well, woe is
Nobody
me.
that. Nobody. Yeah, nobody. I'm blaming you, but I'm blaming you. She just lies down on the bed.
Gets another like little pat on the shoulder, like there, buddy. You can do this. Shall I start braiding your hair more fancily?
Fancily.
You said he liked all the braids.
Oh God, I. Seriously, she looks.
Caught in your own web of lies.
She's like, oh God, I did. Sasha is now out for life. I think that's probably the best way we can end that, Katie.